Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta.
And thank you so much for rejoining us, or if it's your first time, welcome. We would like to set the tone for our chat. We like to conversate about love, kindness, hope, just being one with the grace and goodness of life. It's a rough world out there, but for the next few minutes with us, we want to keep it nice, easy, breezy.
Yes, thank you so much for the reminder. And we're going to get straight to it. If you're watching this chat and along the way you're saying, oh, I'm really enjoying it, then please hit that thumb icon, subscribe to our channel. The reason why we were asking is so that more people can actually find us, and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats when they're ready to be viewed. And let's get going with the tea that we're drinking.
All right. So this is, some people say Tazo, some say Tazo, whatever flavor you like. This is wild sweet orange tea. It is an herbal tea. The ingredients are lemongrass, blackberry leaves, citrus acid, rose hip, spearmint leaves, turmeric for color. I like that. Not red dye number 23. Riboflavin for color, orange peel, hibiscus flowers, natural flavors, rose petals, natural orange essence, ginger root, licorice root, and licorice extract. So you know that's one of Rosetta's favorite ingredients is licorice. So she's going to get a double bath of this. So,
but it's at the end of the ingredient list. I'm just wondering how much they would put.
Yeah, how much will we be able to taste?
Yes, so we've had it already seeping. I'm going to wake it up. And the first thing we smelled was the sweet and the orange. That's what I liked. And it is called sweet orange.
Yes.
Smell the orange. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Ooh, that's different. I can smell that, the mint.
I can taste the mint.
The mint,
more
yes.
than the
Smell
orange
the
almost.
mint. The mint, it's sweet as well. Let me have another sip.
This almost tastes like lemon too.
You're right. It's a mixture of everything you get.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique. I do get a bit of orange. I get the mint. You're right. Lemon does, and it's nowhere in the ingredients.
No, it's very citrusy though. Nowhere in the ingredients list do we get lemon.
And it's sweet.
Yeah.
So it's actually not bad.
It's not bad. I love it. All righty. So as always, we start our chats with saying that our thoughts and prayers go out to the universe. There's lots and lots and lots of things going on in the world, and our hopes and desires is for a peaceful world where we can all learn to coexist together. Because if we cannot learn to live together, unfortunately, we will destroy the world together. So every time you're around someone and they start that negativity thing, tell them, say, I'm a peace zone. Take that and go away with it. Especially if you're a mom, because, you know, do you really want to recycle to the point where our 18-year-old children have to register for war? We don't want that. So we try and bring forth the love and the peace. So, as you know, if you're returning and if you're new to us, we are spending this year talking about children, our children, and how to help them show up in the world as kind human beings. And one of the things that we did last week, we talked about children and AI and education. And that's something I think we're gonna like cycle back around, because I've been hearing more and more conversations as, what is that, AI chat box or chat
GPT.
Yes, it's rolling more into schools. And instead of them teaching our children how to use it as a tool, our kids are learning, I don't have to read that report. I can just let, AI write it for me. And that's not going to be a good win-win. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today is how all all of that is going to phase out. But first, how was your Mother's Day? Did you all have a great Sunday? Did you get to take the day off and not have to cook? Did you get taken out somewhere to eat? What'd you do?
What did I do? I spent it with my family, my husband, my son, and my mother-in-law. We went to watch a movie, Planet of the Apes.
Oh, good.
Very good.
Yes.
And then we went out to dinner in Sunnyvale. Very nice. It was it's called Seapot Hot Pot.
Oh, nice.
And it was very nice, and she'd never been there. And it's, if you know about hot pots, you get the soup base. Everybody gets their own. They get
Right.
to choose. And then you choose your meats. The waiter brings the meats. And then on the side, there's a conveyor belt, and all the veggies and seafood are on there. So you get all you can eat. So you just pick whatever you want. And it's very filling and very yummy. So that's what we did.
Nice. Well, we decided to just take the day off and be quiet. You know what? Have a new grandbaby, so she is more the attention giver than a mom right now, because she's just so precious. But we just had a nice quiet day, no drama. My husband decided, he's like, yeah, we could go out, and so we get in the car and we drive to a couple of places, and the lines are like.
And this was lunch or dinner?
Lunch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
most people want to do brunch.
Yeah, we were trying to do it early so we could get out of the way. So I enjoyed my day. We ended up just, like I said, staying home. He made a wonderful vegetable stir fry with calamari. I was a happy girl.
Nice.
Yeah, so I didn't have to cook. That made it all the more worthwhile. Also, we want to acknowledge that this is HP. This is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Month. So if you know someone that's a descendant of all of that plethora of names, please reach out and let them know that you honor their time, and congratulations to them, and enjoy their celebration. They have a whole month to just, I was watching Good Morning America, and they had the hula dancers on.
Oh, nice.
And Michael Strahan, he's crazy. He always acts like he's dancing. I want him on Dancing with the Stars. I think he would be
I don't know.
funny.
I don't know. I just, sometimes when you look at people, you know that they have the groove.
Yes.
And they can do it. I
Yes.
don't think he has it. I don't think Strahan can do it.
I don't know. Well,
I'm sorry. I think
he can chair dance really good.
He can chair dance really good. But in my honest opinion, I think he's lacking in that area.
Yeah, well,
So-
it would be interesting to see, because he also does those TikToks with his girls, his twins.
Oh, so how does he do on that?
Oh, he does fine. I mean, they
Does he have the
little
groove?
He's got the groove.
Oh, well, there
Yeah.
you go. He might have to prove me wrong.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. This is also Mental Health Month, and I was talking earlier about how do we raise conscious children and till they get into young adulthood, because when they get there, if you haven't taught them by then, you're not going to be able to, because they're young adults, and it's time for them to make their own choices. And today we're going to talk a little bit about in America we have pageantries, and they are for like Miss USA, Mrs. USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America, Miss Teen America, and the list goes on and on. So a few years ago, there was a big shakeup because there was just issues with the pageantry, and the people who were in charge were basically fired, and they got like a new crew. And the new people's intention was to improve the internal communication within the pageant world so that the representatives could focus on what they're supposed to do and not have to worry about all the drama. So what happened is Miss USA stepped down. She said that she could no longer continue in the capacity the way things were. And a few days later, Miss Teen USA stepped down.
Yeah, so Miss USA stepped down first. Her name is Noelia Voigt.
Mhm.
And then because of what she had said on Instagram, a few days later, Miss Teen USA, Uma Sofia Shrivastava, stepped down. That's her name.
Right.
All these like hard to
Yeah,
pronounce
long
names.
names. That's why I let her do that part, because I didn't want to, be disrespectful and not pronounce the names properly.
Yeah. And before all this happened, neither one of them had been struggling with any issues, no mental
Right.
health issues or anything.
No.
Until they stepped into that title, they started to realize that their values were not aligning with the organizational values or the way that the organization was moving.
Right.
So that's why they decided to step down. And I'm going to read a little bit about what if you have not seen on Instagram.
Yes.
Miss USA says, we are committed to fostering a healthy, communicative. Well, this is what Layla Ross, the president
Yes, of
and
the
CEO
pageantry.
of
Yes.
Miss USA, Miss Teen, said, we are committed to fostering a healthy, communicative, and supportive environment for all contestants, state title holders, national title holders, and staff. Okay, so that's what she said. But then when the mothers of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA were being interviewed, they said that after Miss USA, now I'm going to confuse, Miss USA, one of her jobs was to go out and about. And this older man made a comment, do you like older men or something?
With money.
With money.
Yes.
And she mentioned it to Layla Ross, and Layla Ross had no sympathy for her and said, this comes with the job.
Right.
So basically,
the moms are having to talk because the girls signed a non-disclosure.
Yes.
And the non-disclosure does not just stop. So even when they're not with the pageantry, they still can't talk. But the moms can talk about their perception of how this whole process changed their child.
Exactly. And Miss USA, Noelia Voigt, said, sadly, I have made the very tough decision to resign from the title of Miss USA 2023. I'm grateful for the love and support of the fans, old and new, my family, my friends, my coaches, former state and local directors, and my darling Miss Teen USA, Uma Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, I realize this may come as a large shock to many. Never compromise your physical and mental well-being. Our health is our wealth.
Yes.
A million thanks to all of you for your constant and unwavering support. Time to write the next chapter. I hope you'll stick around to see what's next.
Right.
So she didn't really go into too much detail, but there was enough to know that she is dealing with mental health issues. Are you okay?
I'll be okay. My allergies are not doing very well lately. So they both cited concerns about the organization's leadership and its impact on their well-being. They said, we could not continue this charade. The girls decided to step down, give up their dream of a lifetime, a crown, a national title. Why would they do that? That's the question you start asking. Well, the moms have said the two queens alleged that a very ugly work environment turned toxic. But because they're both under contract with confidentiality clauses,
yes,
their moms are finding a platform to give a voice to their experience. So the moms were on Good Morning America talking about this very situation. So apparently these NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, last for their lifetime. Unless something comes up where the pageantry says, we don't care, you can talk, they can never talk.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why they make it a lifetime. I bet you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. And can you believe it? After Miss USA stepped down, they tried to go to the next runner-up, and
Mhm.
she actually declined it as well.
Right.
So this is, saying
This is
something.
serious. And the big question is it done? Will we never ever have another Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, or Miss Universe? Because Universe is international.
Right, right. Oh, so I have to correct what I said. It was the runner-up of Miss Teen USA that
That's it.
turned it down. She's Miss New York Teen, and her name is Stephanie Skinner. But the other lady runner-up from Miss USA, she decided to take
The job.
the job. She decided to take the job. Her name is oh no, what is her name? Oh, Savannah Gankwowski. Is that how? I think Savannah Gankwowski. She'll take title of Miss USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
For just a little bit,
Well,
because
just
they're
a
getting
few
ready to
months.
do 2024
Yeah.
if they can clean it up.
So she'll be there for 3 months. Yeah, and then there was Miss USA. Get this, Tara Connor of 2006. She said, "My personal experience with Miss USA was the most traumatizing time of my life. The fact that I'm alive today is a miracle, and I have spent over a decade unpacking and healing from my scandal." So I don't remember what scandal it was,
Right.
because I have not watched those pageants in decades.
I know.
But something happened there. Oh, she was raped. That's what it was. She was raped. But we don't know the details of what happened.
Right. Well, for someone to feel that they are so privileged that they could say to a beautiful young girl, "Do you like old men with money?" Just inappropriate. And I'm sorry, as the president of the pageantry, I would have expected her to say, "You piece of you know what, get away from this young lady."
Well, I don't know if Layla Ross was there at the time the man said this.
Right.
But you're right. She should have said something in response instead of "this comes with your job." She should have said,
Right.
"Oh, that's I'm so sorry you had
Yes.
to be traumatized by this man. It should have never happened.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how we can try and avoid this." But I don't know if they can really avoid it, because men are going to just, if they want to say something like that, they'll come up and say it.
Yeah, well, men can come up and they can say things like that. However, if there are consequences, as the president, she didn't have to be there.
Right.
She could have still stood for her, had her lawyers reach out to him, and because if you sue somebody or you put them on blast that if you ever do this again, we're going to put it out to the world, they will stop. Most
Well,
people
hopefully
like
they
that
knew
are,
who it was. It wasn't just a man passing by and then
well,
he left.
hopefully she knew, like you said, enough information that she could tell Layla, this is what he said, this is what he attempted to do.
Right.
But yeah, we've heard for years that some of the queens have had to go through some issues with conversations with men. I just think it's inappropriate, and there has to be something that can be done.
Yeah. Well, in my honest opinion, I think all this Miss Universe, Miss Teen should be gone. I don't even think they should. Maybe let's see how they can recreate that into something not just about beauty.
Yeah.
Even though they do talk about, like, you have to have brains as well.
Well, the thing is the reason that a lot of young girls do this is for college education. You get a scholarship, and like an all-inclusive scholarship.
Well, a scholarship for the whole 4 years?
Yes, and you get to tour the world. So that's why girls go into this, because they're looking for a way to help pay for college. I don't know what has happened through time. It doesn't even sound like that is an option anymore. Like that's not the driving force. And maybe we've gone too far to the I look good side.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help, because that actually exasperates other young girls looking up to these Miss Teen, Miss USA, whoever, and it's just not a good thing. We always talk about who are our mentors, right? Who are the role models, yes, these Miss USA, Miss Universe, they all have talents and they get interviewed about their
Yes.
goals and their aspirations in life. But it's not about that. It's about what is this organization portraying to these young girls.
Yeah.
And also, in order to get into these pageants, you have to look cute.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or
Absolutely.
form. Some height, some cuteness to you. You got to be skinny.
Yep.
Got to act a certain way. So that's not really, making the girls feel any better.
Right. So this is something that they're going to have to fix, or no one's going to want to do this anymore going forward. And it was really starting to capture a lot of positivity because the girls were not the standard blonde hair, blue eyes.
Right.
They were caramel girls. They were, like girls with little ringlets. I mean, they were just the gamut. You just saw girls. That's how diverse they were.
Well, the names, we're having a hard time pronouncing
Yes.
the names. Just say
and
that's
that's another
traditional
example.
American names.
They're not traditional American names. So we don't know how this is going to evolve. We're going to keep an eye on it because this is pretty serious.
Yes, it is.
It could bring the whole thing down. So, are you like me? Every time I see somebody that I haven't seen for a while, I look at them and I'm like, are you on the shot? I saw Sherry Shepherd had a birthday show, and she had Candy Burrs from Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
She's not going back this year, so she's done with that. And, the last time we saw her, she was pretty curvy. She's a gorgeous woman, but she looks skinny. And I'm like, are you on the shot? Because I know there's one girl that was on there, Marlo. And Marlo, I think she overdid it because she went from curvy to like a little chicken stick. I mean,
She
too much.
overdid it. But I don't know, don't they tell you that you're meant to do it once a week?
But the thing is you can do it by the guidelines, or you can do a little bit extra.
Oh, I see. So you can dial up the milligrams.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what we're talking about that's causing the conversation is Ozempic. I know you've probably heard of it. Now, this is something that was created to help regulate type 2 diabetes so that a person could give themselves a shot once a week, and it would like long lasting. It would just hang out in their bodies and help them to regulate. And then someone found out that they could give it to anybody for weight loss. That has caused a whole new set of issues because the people who need it for diabetes can't get it because the rich people are buying it up.
Yes, that's very true. And it's sad because for the rich people, they're not doing it for diabetes. There might be a few that are really seriously diabetic and doing it for that reason, but a lot of them are not doing it for that. They're doing it for the weight loss. So there is some, research done on this, Ozempic and Wachovia and what other. And I just want to set things straight of how Ozempic really works in the body. So the active ingredient is something called semaglutide. That's semaglutide, and it mimics the natural hormone glucagon-like peptides as GLP-1.
Okay.
So it mimics GLP-1, this hormone in our bodies. So when you eat, your body enzymes break down food and release glucose into your bloodstream. About 10 to 15 minutes after eating, the cells in your small intestines will pump out GLP-1, that hormone, sending signals to your pancreas to release insulin to lower your blood sugar. This helps delay your digestion, making you feel fuller for longer. So that's why people are not really hungry on these medications. So it's really good for people with diabetes. Really good, because it's the longer the food stays in your bloodstream, the slower the breakdown of nutrients, which stops blood sugar levels from spiking. It also stops glucose production by the liver. This inhibits the release of extra sugar in the bloodstream, which is great for diabetes and obesity.
Okay.
Okay? Now, there was a study done, a year-long study on this. And when you take the drug for 1 year, week 1, on a dose of 0.25 milligrams, the effects are not immediate. So it takes a while. But there is a pill version of this, Ozempic, if you can't stomach the injections. It's called Rybelsus, that's what it's called. Rybelsus, that's what it's called, the pill. Then after a few days, you're going to feel a little less hungry than usual. You might start, and this is what I can't get over, some of these side effects.
Mm-hmm.
You might start burping a bit, farting some more. You might get dizzy, sleepy, nauseous. These are some of the symptoms you might get.
Side effects.
Then week 4 comes. The doctors, you go back to the doctors and they will check to see if it's working for you. If it's not working for you, what they'll do is they'll up the milligrams for this Ozempic. And you might even now know, or you might not know, that right now, the doctor that I saw, he was saying that they have one for 2 milligrams. It starts at 0.2, what did I say? It starts off very small dosage at 0.25 milligrams. He said now they can go up to 2 milligrams. And you said they even have it for like higher milligrams. Yes. Higher milligrams. I did not know that. But you're still getting all these side effects. So you may notice weight loss, good weight loss, but there's a price to pay for the weight loss.
Yes.
You might have brain fog. People are actually reporting this: brain fog, nausea, upset stomach, diarrhea. And in some cases, you might get pancreatitis, leading to severe nausea and tummy aches. Okay? Then month 6 is when you lose more weight. So more and more weight is coming off. Your body is now starting to get used to not eating a lot because it's been conditioned and controlled now, 6 months. Then you may not even know that just because you're losing weight, there's no issues.
Right.
Because you don't know what's happening behind the scenes in your body.
Right.
That's the worst thing that people are saying. Just because you're losing weight doesn't mean everything is fine and
what
dandy.
What else is going on?
In your body, you don't know because you don't have an x-ray to know what's going on. There was a testimonial, and this lady said she has IBS and acid reflux and stomach pains. And if you notice, they give you this one. If you notice trouble breathing, swelling around ankles and feet, or dark urine, see your doctor. So there's more side effects that come with it. Then 1 year later, you'll see more weight loss. You'll still have upset stomach or other side effects mentioned. And then they say, what happens if you stop taking these drugs? What's going to happen? There was a study done in 2022 found that people who stopped taking this medication after a 68-week treatment regain weight over 2/3 of the weight they lost within 1 year. Okay? Wow. Most lost 70% of their body weight, but their cravings returned. So this medication is really meant for diabetics because they want the people who have diabetes to be using this drug for the rest of their life to control and maintain their diabetes.
Right.
So if you're just doing it for the weight loss benefits, there's no different. You're going to have to do it for the rest of your life because all of a sudden you're going to be real skinny. Like Gloria says, she's seen a lot of celebrities. They're going from curvy to skinny. If you're off it, then all of a sudden the weight comes back.
Yep. I mean, Tracy Morgan, I love him. He is so funny. He had done a post and he was talking to somebody. He's like, yeah, I was on Ozempic and I lost 40 pounds. He goes, I learned that I could just eat a half a bag of Doritos. He says, but I found out I could eat the whole bag. So he gained, or maybe I think he lost more than 40 pounds because you could really, he looked skinny. So, but I know he gained like half of it back because even though the Ozempic would trigger him not to eat, he would still eat. So you can sabotage yourself. That's what I'm trying to say.
So what are we saying in regards to Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever any of these drugs are? People, if you're thinking of doing it for weight loss, please do not do it. There's much better ways.
Yeah.
Much better ways. And leave it for the people that really need it. And it's not cheap. I did not know that 1 month supply is anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that a lot of people, and those are the people that really need it, the ones on that are diabetic.
Right.
They're the ones that don't have the financial means to pay for it.
Right.
Could you imagine 1 month is $1,000?
Yeah.
12 months, $12,000.
Yeah.
Who has that much excess apart from the
Because
celebrities?
you still got to pay for food, pay for rent, pay for gas.
Yes.
You know, you still have life expenses. However, you know, it's like you said, it's the rich and famous. It's the people. And I'm sorry, I don't understand. If I am rich and famous, that means I could afford a chef. I think his name, I never remember the proper pronunciation, but I know his first name is Rocco. He's a chef.
Oh, Rocco
Dispirito.
Rocco Dispirito.
There we go. So Rocco was on Sherry's show.
Oh, wow,
And
he's still around.
Sherry was talking to him, and she was like, through your help as my chef, I lost 25 pounds.
And she did it the right way.
She did it the right way.
I remember
with him.
she was on The View when she talked about that.
and she did the exercises and all of that. So if you've got a lot of money, put it to good use, because drugs are still drugs. And if you can live without them, try and do it that way. Because Sherry looks good.
She does. She looks good. And even though she's not skinny like those other women on whatever medications, she does look happy and healthy. And you can be sure that nothing is going on behind the scenes in her body.
Now, Whoopi Goldberg, on the other hand, Whoopi came out not too long ago, and she said that she was on the shot.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see.
Because she said that she had put on 60 pounds. Now, I knew she started wearing those big, huge
She started
clothes.
wearing these baggy clothes.
Yes, like she doesn't wear real, pumps and shoes like that anymore. But Whoopi was put on it for medical reasons. Because, to lose, she was just lose every time she turned around, somebody was dying. And
so
then
what
when
was her medical reason?
It was just to get her out of the depression and all of that, because she was like going through the motions, but she wasn't really living.
Did she actually say if she had any side effects?
No, but I don't think she's had to take the heavy doses, and I don't even know if she's still on it. I mean, she looks good, but she doesn't look skinny. She looks like Whoopi. So there's a difference between a doctor-driven program and I just want to be skinny program.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my doctor and say I want this I want to lose weight.
Yes, like when we were talking about what was that? The Met Gala. Did you really slow down and take a look at the Kardashian girls? Dear Jesus, they're just frail. And
what happened to, remember last year, Kim was trying to fit into Marilyn Monroe's dress?
And it popped, remember?
Yeah, so she said she had to lose 16 pounds within a very short period of time. It's not healthy to lose more than 2 pounds a week. Yeah. How is she losing 16 pounds getting ready for this Met Gala?
I mean, when I look at her, it's almost like they've taken out her lower rib cage, because I understand that she's corseted, but a corset can only go so far. And her corseted, it's just, she is so.
Yeah, I don't know, people. It's just.
And when you're rich and you can afford, I mean, think about it. If you're really rich, you can get up in the morning and have somebody downstairs and they'll say breakfast. You eat your breakfast and they go meet me in the gym. They work you out. That you don't have to take medication.
Hey, how about do this? If you're rich and famous and you have the money to afford Wachovia, why don't you not get it and maybe use that money and give it to someone who really needs it because they have some health problems or health issues? That's exactly, if I had that money, that's what I would do. I would actually pay for people that are in dire need for it
Yeah.
and do not have the financial means to actually afford to do that for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a good idea?
You know, sort of along the same lines, I've also been trying to figure out what is the deal with diabetes in America. I mean, when I was a child growing up, you would hear, oh, Miss So-and-so has diabetes. And in the South, they don't call it diabetes, they call it the sugar. Oh, she got the sugar problem. She got the sugar. But you might hear of 5 people in your lifetime. I mean, everybody didn't have it. And when I was looking up information about Ozempic, there is a 800% increase in diabetes in America.
Well, you know why, and I'm going to tell you.
Crappy food, that's why.
Crappy food and all the manufacturers, well, I wouldn't say all of them because that's a big statement.
Right.
The majority manufacturers are putting crappy ingredients to make us addicted to the foods, like maltodextrin, high fructose corn syrup, dyes, all these different dyes, all these corn syrups that are making us, even if diabetes doesn't run in the family, you can still get diabetes because you're eating all this crap food. But what is the bottom line is money. That's what they want. They want you addicted to their foods so that you can keep going back and buying it. Oh, the ingredient that I was going to say is MSG.
Yes.
Monosodium glutamate. That's what makes the food taste good, gives it that
makes
flavor.
It delicious.
It's a quick burst of flavor and it quickly dissipates. So you want to keep having that feeling of such a great flavor.
Yeah.
So eating more and more of it to get you addicted to it. And more companies are finding cheaper ways to make products but have that high margin. That's why more and more people are not able to lose the weight and get off the sugars because they're addicted. You know, sugar obviously is addicting.
Right. And I know when I travel, my husband he's like, I don't understand because I lose anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds and I'm eating, but the quality of the food is so much better. It doesn't take as much to fill me up. And when I get through eating food internationally, I don't need a nap.
Exactly, because I'm from the UK. We have smaller portions.
Right.
And the quality is good. See, Americans, when I came here, I was blown away by the portions. They're like huge. And it's really sad because for a split minute there, I actually got sucked into that. And I was like, anywhere I went, I wanted that huge portion. If they gave me less than, I was like, I'm paying this much for this portion. I'm like, but I have to stop and think, am I eating for the quality or the quantity?
Right.
A lot of people eat for the quantity, not the quality, which is why you have these chains that serve so much and it's ridiculous because we don't need to be eating that much.
Yeah. And when, you know, just to give you an idea, when I was talking about, you know, seniors, I mean, these were people later on in life that would have diabetes. Do you know that children, American children, are now getting diabetes type 2?
Yes.
I mean,
earlier and earlier they're getting diagnosed with it. Yeah.
So to me, it's in the food. And if people think that there's some Hail Mary path that's going to stop this, you know, who we're always talking to, moms, we're going to have to figure out what is going on because, like, I have my family and friends laughing at me because I told them I'm going to go back to using lard. And they're like, oh my God, that is really horrible. It's not good for you. I said, but you know what? Didn't nobody have diabetes when we used it? And all it is when you take the fat from the skin of a pig and you crinkle it down and it just boils the fat out. I know what that is. I don't know what vegetable oil is because I've been around vegetables my whole life and I've never seen oil come out of a vegetable. So that tells me there's something wrong with that. And not that I'm going to run out and, you know, go back to lard, but my point is lard is something that I can go hand to box. I know what this is. This is tea. I don't have to second guess what the ingredients are. I know this is tea. Might have different flavors. But when you go to the store and you buy something You have no idea. And everybody is, I thought by now, 2024, all the partially hydrated oils would be gone. We know that they're bad for you. They're bad for the heart. So why are they not gone?
Because
Money.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
And like it also elongates the life.
Yeah, because it's shelf
products.
stable.
Yeah. So manufacturers, food manufacturers in America believe it is better to make it last for 10 years on the shelf than to give you 10 years of life. So we want you to think about that. But Ozempic, Wachovia, those shots are not a free get out of jail card. And I promise you, in time, they will loop back around and they will start saying, oh my God, the side effects are far worse than we ever thought. So if it's not medically required for you to do those shots, you might take a different alternative.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
This is a conversation that's going to keep going on and on.
Yeah.
And we would like you to chime in.
Yes.
What do you think?
Below.
Comment below and let us know your thoughts on this, because it's been our conversation for a long time.
Yeah.
And we keep talking about it, and we keep coming up with new information
because
all the time.
We're just amazed every time. You know, it's an onion. Every time we peel a layer and we think, oh, we got it.
No, another
and
layer
then
gets
another
peeled.
layer comes off. And so, especially for moms, I understand. As a curvy girl, I've been curvy my whole life. And there's nothing more debilitating than having somebody call you nasty names at school and treat you nasty ways. I happen to have a very strong grandmother, and she would tell them, she's like, tell them, I can lose weight. You're ugly for life. And it would get them to leave me alone, because they were just like, I said something. I didn't start crying. I just said that, and then I'd walk away. And then eventually they left me alone. So I know when Oprah did her show, and there was a young teen there, and her mom had gotten the shot for her. So I know that you want to do things to help. And the mother, she had tried exercise, they had tried food alternatives, they did everything. So sometimes you may need a little extra, but just use it as a temporary, don't do it forever. Just stay on top of it.
Exactly.
Okay, so you know how we've been talking about the weather in America. We're here in California, sunny California. It's there.
Sunny. We're actually in summer now.
Yes, we didn't get much spring. We went winter to summer. And you know, we keep hearing things like don't get too comfortable, because in about a week and a half we're gonna chill out again and we could get some more rain. However, the weather is just really beautiful. When I was young, I think I made a comment about like the heavy rains and the tornadoes. And when I was a child growing up, what they would do is they would have the Native American chief and some of his tribe come, and they would do the rain dance to get it to rain. Now, we were kids, so we didn't know any better, but it rained. I don't know how they did it, but it rained. So in Dubai, they do what they call cloud seeding.
Huh.
So I was like, I had heard of that years ago. But what they do is they put chemicals in a plane and they fly up above the clouds and they seed it. Dubai received a year worth of rain in one day.
Wow, that's right.
There was
that's
water
right.
just
remember
there was water just
Yes.
rolling, and that's sand. That is built on top of sand. So I think to myself, while you, man, think it's okay to do things to get Mother Nature to do what you want when you want it, you have to be careful of the consequences. And this is a great example of consequences gone bad, because there were cars. I mean, we had rains like that in San Diego. So now I'm like, was that cloud seeding? Was that them trying to get us out of the drought? So we have to figure out how to coexist with Mother Nature.
Yes, we
and
do.
stop trying to do things to make it better. Because up until maybe, I think yesterday, it was almost to the to New York and Maine, but we had a storm. For us, it was called a cold wave, and it went through us. And then when it got to the middle of the country, that's when they had the tornadoes and all of that. Well, those same tornadoes are making their way across the country. It is real. And these tornadoes are, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen where you got more than like one a night, when they're saying things like we've gotten 40 today. 40. It's hard to protect yourself from 40. Because if one misses you, what's the opportunity that the other, 39 are going to miss you? So I think that that's something we might just start to check into, is who else is doing this cloud seeding, and what does that mean, other than the fact that you're using a non-organic product to seed the clouds to make the rain? You never know.
Yep, you never know.
You never know. So that's something we will just keep an eye on that. And hopefully you're in an area where it's nice and safe. And if you know anything about this cloud seeding, let us know. Because a year's worth of rain in a day, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And it's Dubai and it's hot. So that's a lot. So that's our chat for today. This is one of our favorite parts because we get the opportunity to share with you. My name's Gloria Webb Williams. My company is Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural. I'm an all-natural mineral makeup manufacturer right here in Santa Clara, California. And I can't tell you how many times when I'm out and about doing an event that someone will ask me, how old do you think my child should be before I let them wear makeup? And, my thing is, I would say like maybe 14 to 16. And then I'll have someone say, oh, my child is 8. I'm like, she didn't need makeup. She's 8. She shouldn't even be thinking about makeup. When I was 8, I was jumping out of trees, trying to beat my brother up, trying to get him before he got me. So that was something that's been very interesting to me, is to have those conversations. Because even though I own a cosmetic company now, I did not start wearing makeup until after I got married. I think I was I was in my 40s. I wore mascara and lips. That was it. No foundation, no blush, no concealer, none of that. None of that. So you don't always have to wear makeup. And when you're a child, please listen to these words. Listen to it, rewind it, and listen to it again. You're only going to be a child for so long. Slow down and enjoy your childhood, because you're going to be an old woman or an old man for a long time if you are blessed by God to live to be old. But when you're young and you get to be gleeful and have fun, enjoy it. So my recommendation is around 14 to 16. The current trend right now is between 13 and 14. So do with it as you may, but the most important thing is find a good natural product for your child and make sure your child is accentuating their beauty and not trying to look like someone else. That's really important. Gloria Webb Williams, Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural.
Thank you very much for that. And I'm Rosetta Chow, your certified health coach with Simply Health. And today my tip is, we're talking about this whole thing about weight loss and the medications that people are taking and the side effects that they're receiving, which is not pleasant. And we don't even know behind the scenes in your body what's happening. So my goal as a health coach is to educate you with the why, the what, and the how. It's so important to educate you first, because a lot of people don't understand why these certain foods are not good for you, what they do in your body, and why these foods are good for you and what they do in your body. Yes. So my goal as a health educator is to teach you how to be healthy from the inside out with the foods that you're ingesting. But more importantly than being healthy is the first step is mindset and psychology. That's what I like to teach people, because if you're going in to trying to lose weight or get healthy, it's not going to be sustainable or long lasting if you don't have the mindset and psychology. And I say the health tip is make sure that you do your due diligence before starting these medications to get slim, because there are other ways to do it. And I myself would rather do it slowly and consistently and make it last and sustainable for the rest of my life. And I know the assurance that I'm not harming my body, and one day I'm not going to show up with whatever. I bet you with these like Ozempic, you said there's going to be a aha moment where they decide or they say that they found all these health issues that these people are having with trying to lose weight and using these medications.
Especially like young women who are pre-childbearing age. What are those drugs going to do to your natural hormones?
Yeah, I just don't even want to think about it, but I have a feeling that down the line, I don't know when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. You watch, we've said it here in our chat, okay? When, not if, but when. So I say your health matters. Do it the right way. If you want to lose weight, do it the right way and make sure that you're not having all these underlying health issues that go along with it. So I'm your health coach, Rosetta Chow. I teach you the what, why, and how, the mindset psychology to last a lifetime, make it sustainable. And I say your health matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for hanging out with us for another chat. It has been our pleasure to share our thoughts with you all. We would love to hear your comments and your feedback. We just want you to know that we feel the love that, it takes time to sit down and watch a video. And whether you watch us or listen to us, we thank you so much for doing it. We feel the love. We receive it. And we send it back to you.
And love is what makes the world go round.
Absolutely.
Love makes the world go round.
Absolutely.
Yes. And have you enjoyed our chat? If you have, why not hit that thumb icon? Please consider subscribing to our channel, because that makes sure that other people will see our channel.
Yes.
And hit the bell notification. You'll be notified when our chats are ready to be watched.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.